Oh, there you are. Yeah, we just finished up here in the Ham for the World Under 24s, and we're on our way to Limerick for Euros. And we're doing another predictions contest. Check it out. Get on board. Why don't we start with Audi?
In each division, so from the Open, my head says UK, so GB. My heart hopes for Italy.
Of course.
And the women division, that's probably the most trickiest one. I expect the youth champions, U20 champions 2017, the Netherlands, to make it this year, because they are exactly in the right age and with a lot of good players and experience to take the trophy. And mixed, that's also, I guess that GB will make it, but Germany will give them a good chance, so a good fight. Yeah.
All right, good picks there from the Prez. Liam, you see them all the same or something?
Very different, yeah.
I got a feeling there's going to be something different.
Yeah, it's actually hard divisions to call this year. Obviously, Open, you still probably have, I think, GB and Germany, and maybe Italy to extent out on top. I'm going to go Germany. I think they're going to finally do it. They were so close in Győr. I thought they were going to win it, but GB took it in the end. But they're kind of aging up, those British lads. So I'm going to say Germany in the Open division. I'm going to say Ireland for the mixed division, which is a bit of a spicy pick. We've looked at the roster. You have the likes of Sarah Melvin coming back.
Spicy pick.
Ferdy Rogers and Sam Murphy, all the Ranelagh guys. And they're putting a lot into this. A few of them are going to be moving, I think, after this event. So they've a really strong roster, and they want to get a big win on home soil. So that'll be an advantage to them as well. They know the Limerick conditions very well. So Ireland and mixed is what I'm going for. And then women's, I'm going to go for Germany. I thought they were very strong in Győr as well, and had that wild match against Italy. They got knocked out.
Yeah. Chesney
it was
Rolfi almost single-handedly took
I
him
thought
out of
they
that
looked
one.
the best team at the event. At times, obviously, the Irish women went to do it. The Irish women are a different kind of setup this year. I think, I'm going to go German women. I think looking at Germany from the World Games, I think they're going to bring a lot of that strength to all three divisions this year, and are going to be very competitive, Germany, which is great.
Great to hear it. So we've got our picks from our directors. We'll be looking forward to seeing these smiling faces greeting us to the event in a few months' time. Liam and Audi, thank you very much for your time, and thanks for being a part of the show. Let's not think it up too much, but let's pick a winner and a finalist. Who will be in the finals and who will come out victorious? Let's go to the Czech Republic to start here. Rachel Toshnerova. You love your predictions. Let's get your greatest one as your last one here. Tell us what you think. Who is going to feature? Who is going to win?
Shouldn't I? I just feel like pointing to the screen and just saying the name of the flag that I point to. Listen, this is so rough because I think that these post-pandemic games are just about the best opportunity for any national team to grab the title. And I am personally super excited to watch all these teams with their new rosters, new additions. I think it's going to be an incredible event for some of the younger athletes to make their mark and make their name for the first time. So if I haven't mentioned you, please do something cool on the stream. Make sure to fill out your questionnaire so that you can be mentioned and you can really become big this season. And now just ignore me for the next few seconds as I make my completely random pick of GB.
GB will beat.
What?
Who are they going to beat?
The Germans?
GB over Germany. You heard it here first. Hannah, how do you see it shaking out in the end?
So I got to do the little cheaty thing where I was able to just flick through the rosters because there's a couple of teams really that, are just, it's so tight, the margins, the possibilities. I think to elaborate a bit more on Rachel's pick of GB. They have a lot of really high quality athletes, likes of Molly Wedge, Rachel Naden, as well as, I mean, those are obviously the ones that we said a lot of their names last season. Some real big talent coming in from the club team. Spice joining up alongside Bristol et al. And there's a lot of parity and a lot of real competitive games happening domestically in the UK. So that's not a bad pick. But I'm going to ditch my home nation completely for my finalists. I'm going to go for Germany redeeming their heartbreak from the last European Championships and grabbing the medal. I think there's a lot of momentum coming out of Germany from last season, as I already mentioned. Certainly watching Seagulls versus Jinx back in Caorle at the end of the outdoor season last year. I think that will be a really, really fun unit to watch them play. They always come out so professional, so united, and they have really great coaches behind them. Then the bridesmaids, I'm going to pick... This is really tricky. Oh...
I'll tell you what. We will have a much better idea after a few of the preparation tournaments that are coming up. And we're streaming them all. We're streaming them all.
We're streaming them all. We're streaming them, but you got to pick early. You got to be your picks. They count for so much more when you pick them out of thin air.
I am going to pick the Irish for a home field advantage, and also because in my mind that means you get more local people to come and watch the games in person live, but of course we'll be bringing the coverage to you so you can leisurely watch from the comfort of wherever you happen to be in the world. You don't need to
quit your job and come to Ireland. We just go log on your screen and we come to you.
My little half Irish is kicking with excitement at this stage. Hannah,
that's exciting stuff. Your Irish seed growing into a future little ultimate player. I will follow you up. I will agree with Hannah. I say Germany is going to win this thing too. I still got this thing for the Dutch. I think the Dutch are going to find a way in, and Germany over Netherlands is my pick for the group. And gentlemen, as we did with the ladies, we're not going to funnel ourselves all the way through the bracket. We know these can shake up any which way in this division as well. So give me your champion. Give me your finalist and your champion. Let's start with you, Sean.
In the final, I see Belgium. I think the power they've got, it could go a little wrong. They're still a little young. They haven't been tested at that top level as a country. Obviously, Mooncatchers went to the semi-finals of WUCC, and Gentle, as I say, got a bronze medal at EUCF. So they're bringing in some experience on the European level. So I think they're going to be really good, and I think they're going to kind of, like I say, break through at this tournament. And I reckon the winner is going to be Great Britain. I just think the depth, the experience of the top level that they've got is going to be tough for anyone to beat. They've still got Justin Ford, who, in my estimation, is still the best player in Europe. So when he needs to be, he can turn it on and he can beat anybody. So GB winning, Belgium second, but I think the top 4 or 5 are going to be, maybe 6, are going to be really, really close, and I really look forward to seeing who comes out.
Exciting stuff. Take it over to Lorcan. How do you see this at the pointy end?
I think I might agree that Justin Ford's still the best European player. Let's just run through a few other names. Anyway, the pointy end. So the 3 teams I have making the semis anyway, GB, yep. Germany, Belgium. I think that makes a lot of sense itself. You should look out for that Belgian-GB matchup that's going to happen in the power pools. Woo, hot tamales. The next 3 for me were Czech, France, and who was the other team I had in that section? Czech, France, Italy. Out of those, I'd go Czech making it, and then in the final, I'd probably go GB, Belgium. If the bracket can work out that way, which I'm not sure it can, but I would take Belgium over GB. I would take Germany over Belgium, and I would take GB over Germany.
Exciting stuff. I think I'm going to... I picked them in the last division, and I'm picking them here as well. But I think Germany is going to win, and I'd like to see Belgium pushing their way into that final. I'm not sure how that can happen, but if I'm just picking the 2 teams I see playing the best over the course of this tournament, I see Germany taking out Belgium in the Opens division. You've heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. And as we get there, it may not shock anybody, but is that the way you guys are going to boil it down for us? Let's start
Well, I think we didn't pick our winners of the pool yet still, so we got to still do that.
Yeah, I don't want to rush through here, Robbie.
On my eyes, I think Germany is going to have the slight edge, especially with all those World Games talent. Levka Waljak was the best women matching player from Europe last year. She wasn't able to win an award because she didn't play EUCF, but like she played for Revolution, she played for Boston Brute Squad, she played on the German World Games team. Some people say she's a little bit, like too trigger happy with the disc, but her athleticism is just unparalleled in this division. And Sarah Melvin's going to have to do a great job to try and match up with that somehow, I think, is the person I would say from Ireland is the best shot against her. But she's going to be unstoppable. And she's got like Jakob Diekman from All City and all kinds of really, really strong players on the open side. You already mentioned Lasse Hogan. I think I give Germany the edge.
Yeah, you don't.
Germany edge in
You
Pool
don't shut
D
down a
from
player
Rob.
like Volchak. You just do your best to try and minimise her. I see the pool shaking out in roughly a similar way, like as you see it there. But I'm gonna get myself some pints bought in Ireland by the time I arrive. I'm gonna say, with the home crowd behind them in the opener, Ireland ride that out to top the pool. I don't know if they'll finish higher than Germany overall, but I think that in that opening game there'll just be a little something about the Irish, and they'll take it.
Benji likes the Irish winning the opening game and as such taking the pool. Ravi sees it as they roll out there. I will agree with one of those two. It's not going to be anything else at the top. Matt, you're right about Walzak. Levka had an incredible season. I think she is the best female matching player in Europe as well. But geez, that Irish team is going to have some magic too on home court, on home turf. I will still take the Germans. I think the Germans.
I think that's a little bit of a head versus heart one, isn't it? Like,
yes.
Well, one last thing about it, though, I think Germany will have most of their players all together, really training together. I do know that a lot of the Irish players aren't even going to be in Ireland this year. Some of them are living in London, some of them living in the US. Robbie Brendan's living in Canada. Like, there might be a bit of a come together with all-star power, which might give them the more of the edge at the end of the tournament. But in that first game, if they haven't had as much time to gel, that helps me give Germany the edge.
Nah, Smurf will make some ridiculous layout grabs on that far sideline, wonderfully captured by our ulti.TV camera crew.
Yeah, skip leg day, chicken legs, get it done. Okay, so we've got our favorites. These pools are interesting distribution indeed. I guess the crossovers are B with D and A with C, so that gives us some
Who did
logic.
France pay for this setup they got here? They A and C, the BD pool is a little bit stronger
could
than the AC.
their way through, as Ravi alludes. That makes it a little bit
France
easier
give
getting them into a final.
With the way the draw is, France look like they've got a really good shot at getting a good path to a semi-final, for example. Topping one of the power pools, you get quarter, so you go straight through to a quarter-final. But when they get to reel the knuckle end of the tournament and you're facing the Great Britain's, Ireland's, Germany's, maybe a Latvia potentially, having not played teams that we, certainly from what we know so far, we expect to necessarily be quite in that tier, can you then make the step up in competition is interesting.
They will have played them at Windmill, though. France also going to Windmill. GB, Germany, Ireland, also at Windmill. Latvia is not going to be there, but they'll also be getting to play against the likes of Ellipsis coming over and Krut, and so they're going to get that experience before that tournament. But like you say, that's different than at the event itself, right? They have a bunch of easy games that could put them in the wrong mental
for Windmill
space.
is obviously doing a really good job.
The in-tournament battle hardening that they may lack because of the pool division. Debatable stuff indeed. But let's see, Ravi, we're going to get you to kick us off here. You can break down semifinalists if you like, but what I'm most interested in here is finalists and
top
champion.
two. Yeah, the top two. So I think, let's see, if France get their way through to semis, like you say, they'll be going up against 2E. So who's the 2 of the other pool that I think is going to happen? Because I think with the B and D, it's probably going to be, that's going to be really hard there at the top. That's impossible to call. So I think what I'm going to do is just forget all the formatting and just look at who I really think the two strongest sides are here. And I think I'm calling that we're going to have a repeat of the opening game. I think it's going to be Germany-Ireland in the final. And then, and I'm sticking with my earlier pick, I think Germany's going to take the win. I think Germany, it's weird. I didn't think I would think that they're a strong team. I think France and GB are definitely up there with them, but yeah, it's just what I'm thinking right now. If you ask me 5 minutes from now, I probably would change my answer. But I think this is the most competitive division out of the three. There's more teams that have a shot to win this one than in any other division, and I'm very excited for it. That's all I could say. Well, let's see, Germany.
If Germany had all their talent, I absolutely would pick them for the gold medal. But not all of the players that we saw dovetail so nicely at World Games are on this roster. So can they get the other play? Can they get other players to step up into those roles in their absence? Because everything worked so nicely, so smoothly at World Games that can you find players with exactly the same sort of skill sets? How good are you at tailoring that system to make the pieces fit? You may accuse me of homerism. I've heard it said before. Until someone can beat Great Britain in this division at EUC, I find it really hard to pick against them. If it was Germany with that record, I'd say the same. But they've shown that they know what it takes to win at this level. They've done it before. There's a decent amount of turnover from last time, but there's still a number of key players that are kind of staying over. So they understand what it takes in kind of the real depths of the tournament, even when the going gets, let's face it, pretty insane. You can't get more mad than that final last tournament. And I feel like winning a game like that does really hold you in good stead. I'm also going to unearn all of the potential drinks I earned by saying Ireland are going to win the opening game, by saying we're going to get a rematch of the 2015 final, and Great Britain are going to beat Ireland.
Great Britain will beat Ireland by Benji's estimation. Excellent and exciting stuff from our mixed division analysts here. By my estimation, I like everything that these guys have said. Germany, Ireland, Great Britain, Latvia, France stand out as 5 that any one of them would not surprise me if they won it. I will not say it's going to be a rematch of the first match, so I would love to see that happen. But I think one of those countries is going to get in. And I picked the Germans in the first 2 divisions. I'm going to pick Ireland to get into the final, but I think they are going to be beaten by the French, who will tiptoe their way through the tulips and the easier path, get to the final, and hopefully, to make my pick look good anyways, gel at the right moment.
More homerism over here.
I mean,
Steph's pretty much French at this point, so
yes.
He's drinking whatever the French equivalent of Kool-Aid is. It's probably really nice wine, let's be honest, which actually doesn't sound so bad.
But yes, I haven't picked the Brits. They have thrived and had given us every reason to pick them through their pedigree and results over the years in this tournament. But I like to see it get shaken up here, and that's where I'm putting my money, so to speak, on this one as far as our picks go.
I'm really excited. I just want to say that I'm really excited to see, obviously, just EUC, but as well the fact that we're all over the European season beforehand, so we'll get a lot of time to familiarise ourselves more with the rosters, the teams, the play styles, the characters. By the time EUC started, we could already be looking mighty foolish, and there's nothing tastier than some humble pie.
Nothing at all. It's an amazing season ahead of us. We're all just chomping at the bit for this one to kick off. As we noted, all these tournaments coming up, the lead-ins, the European circuit, the independent grand tournaments of Europe that are always on the stage. We're having one. We are ready, and we hope you are too at home. I'll give Ravi any last words before we send these wonderful analysts off. Anything to say, Rav?
No, I think I've said it all. I've said enough. It's a really exciting year for European Ultimate, so can't wait.
Wonderful stuff. Thank you all at home for joining us. That's all 3 divisions now covered. Share them with your friends. Comment. Let us know what you think of how we've broken down these divisions. Let us know what you think of our picks for winners. Tell us that we have got it all perfectly figured out or we're totally wrong on all fronts. We want to hear what you have to say.